Okay, here. So I thought it would be kind of fun to actually draw Juliette Gordon-Low in celebration of women and women's rights. I thought, and you know what else? The United States military and the phonetic alphabet. So I thought, well, let's do Juliette Gordon-Low. And I thought, well, Juliette is J for the phonetic alphabet. And I thought, well, this could be kind of fun. So, so let's draw, the Girl Scouts. And so, okay, so I'm drawing her face down kind of like this. And I thought I loved Girl Scouts when I was a kid. That was one of my favorite things. If I could have just had a class that was just Girl Scouts, oh my goodness. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, so she's got on kind of I'm not sure what I would exactly call it. Kind of like one of those Smokey the Bear hats, sort of. Okay, there's sort of a kind of an indented thing right there, and it's sort of indented right there. And I'm going to take this on down like that. Okay. Okay, so I want to get her eyes in here right now. It might not look exactly like her, but it's going to be my interpretation of what I think she looks like. That's all I can ask for. I thought Juliette, the two Juliettes, Julie is a very popular name, Julie and Juliette, and I've always liked to have a reference and a center, and that's the United States military. And you know what? They actually do work on being accepting of, and working on change and making things better. That's something that I have seen as far as that goes. Now, people in the private sector, sometimes it just seems like it's like, okay, you guys want to fight against making things better, and I don't know why, but they just do. And so I just wanted to do something related to women. And okay, so I'm kind of drawing her eyes in here. I left a little, hopefully we can get the eyes in here. They look okay. Yeah, that looks all right. We'll draw her eyebrows are kind of like that, but we got to do this a little part. And then I'll kind of make her come to life within the AI program. Oh my gosh, that one earlier was so cool. So we're working on Juliette Gordon-Low right now. Juliette Gordon-Low is the founder of the Girl Scouts, and I thought, yeah, let's draw Juliette Gordon-Low. And I wanted to put that in with Juliette related to the phonetic alphabet. And I thought that'd be fun. Let's tie the two of these together. And I thought this would be another fun hole and vertical to dive into, which is the phonetic I love the phonetic alphabet. So I've had a lot of fun with the phonetic alphabet. Okay, we're putting in some little decorations right here. And okay, we don't want you going into sleep mode. Okay, so we've got some little hairs right here. She's got sort of loop-de-loo curly hair like that. Kind of like that, loop-de-loo a little bit. Let's do something. Okay. And so we've got, she's got on kind of a big old brim hat. Big old brim hat like this. Comments, anyone? Anyone have anything they'd like to chit chat about? So, okay, so we're just working on Juliette Gordon-Low right now. Yeah, that does look a little bit like her. Maybe not. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay, so we've got that little part in there, and let's put her little ear in right here. We've got the, you know, that's that little dark part that shows her ear. And so we're going to do, let's do a little bit of hair like this. We'll wisp in some little hairs. Some of these will make a little bit darker like that. We'll just wisp in some little hairs like that. What could I do to improve her eyes? I almost feel like I made them too big, but I think that's okay. Kind of looks like her. It kind of looks a little bit like the image, and it's supposed to look like the image. Okay, so I need to make this look kind of dented. Looks like the Smokey the Bear hat a little bit. She's got on a, you know, I just can't say enough about Girl Scouts. I loved Girl Scouts. And you know, one of my favorite games that we learned in Girl Scouts. Okay, this is going to take me down into a vertical. And so when I say vertical, it's just a fun memory that I had of Girl Scouts. And I think it's really important for me to, you know, when I was going to Girl Scouts, this was back in the 1970s, one of the things I can kind of remember is, you know, they were always talking about this place where we learned a lot about how Juliette Gordon-Low, I knew who she was forever and a day. And they said she was the founder of the Girl Scouts, and she was from Savannah, Georgia. And I had no idea where Savannah, Georgia was at all. I didn't really care. I think we could have looked at it on the map maybe and seen where it was at. Never in a million years would I have ever thought that it would be a place I would have wanted to go to, ever. You know, but the thing I remember about when I used to live in Savannah, I always thought maybe I would have liked to have visited her house, but I never got to go there. You know, the closest I got was like at a St. Patrick's Day parade, and I was sitting at the St. Patrick's Day parade right out in front of the Juliette Gordon-Low house, but it was being worked on at that time. So her house was being worked on, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I was just so excited just to be sitting outside of her house. And but see, I was there for the St. Patrick's Day parade, and you know, so but they were having some construction and things going on. But I just never, I don't know why, I never took the time to go into her house to see what it was. I think I'd been into some of the other ones, and they smelled kind of moldy, and you know, just like old moldy houses smell like in the South. Museums, they smell old and moldy. Their floors creak and make a whole bunch of noise and things like that. Now, because I've been in other of them, and they are pretty rickety. But I don't know why I never went into, well, yes, I do. I know why. Because I would have probably had to go by myself, either that or find a boyfriend or something to take me, that's probably what, you know what? Come to think of it, that's what I should have done, was just found me a boyfriend to do things with, who wanted to do things I wanted to do while I was there. So I could have made some more fun memories for myself. Me and some guy, whether he's married or not, you know, we could have just had fun going into the museums and stuff like that while I was there, and toward museums. I mean, and I guess if people call that cheating, you're cheating on your husband because you want to go tour some more museums, call it cheating. I don't care. I should have done that. That could have been my thing of enjoying myself when I was there a little bit more. You know, finding a boyfriend who wanted to go better himself mentally and educationally, you know, touring some things that were educational. But so anyway, uh, okay, so we're working on Juliette Gordon-Low right now. We are working on a sketch, a pen sketch drawing. And yeah, you know, so I mean, they really should have some kind of hookup place for people who want to go on see, you know, culture and things like that. They should have had things like that, but I'm not there anymore, so it really doesn't matter. Yeah, it really doesn't matter because that's something I'll probably never get to do, is go back to Savannah and visit things, because it wasn't meant to be. And so let's see here. Let's make the mouth there like that. And we'll work on the mouth like this. Oh my goodness sakes. Her eyes look so big and nice and doughy. Okay, let's enhance them a little bit. Let's give them that kind of, yeah, that's really nice. Good work. Good work there. She's a beautiful woman. And she inspired girls to do things that boys do. Okay, let's add a little bit in here, into her chin here, like this. We're going to add a little bit in there like that. I think I'm going to leave that. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit more hair in there. The hat is, the brim, yeah. Well, let's curl it up a little bit. Let's add, because her hair is kind of loop-de-loo, a little loop-de-loo curly curls like that. They're just really loose kind of curls. Oh my goodness sakes. Yeah, that's pretty good. You know what I really want to draw? Scarlett and Rhett. Scarlett O'Hara and Rhett Butler. Is that his name, Rhett Butler? Is that right? I don't know. Okay, but we're working on, I'm trying to make the satin ribbon here look a little bit shiny to distinguish the colors from the other colors, blue, because that's what I'm working with, is blue right now. So I want to make some of this stand out a little bit, and that's what I'm working on here, making it stand out. And this thing up here, it sort of looks like a maritime emblem of some sort, possibly, and that sort of makes sense since she is, is that the Eiffel Tower or a peace sign? I mean, it could be her peace sign, maybe, I'm not sure, right there. We'll just put a little her peace sign right in there like that. And so, okay, we're gonna draw Juliette. We're working on Juliette Gordon-Low, and the combination of the phonetic alphabet that the military uses, United States military. I don't know about maritime law. I don't know. It all ties in together sometimes, but it's so, you know, it's so much fun to learn that they make fun of their own stuff. And, you know, it's like, and to think that I was around it for so many years and I didn't know that. Well, I do now. But the thing was, the sewer, yeah, the sewer. The sewer's one of the biggest one. A lot of people who've been around military have said, since when did the military never live in the sewer? And that is true. That's absolutely true. So Juliette Gordon-Low lives in the sewer with the United States military and the federal government. I believe in the Savannah, Georgia area. I'm not sure. I'm not there anymore. So, hey, hey, stop it. Wake up. You don't need to be scratching the pillow. Okay. He was scratching the pillow. he was having a bad nightmare or something, and sometimes I have to wake him up from having he barks in his sleep. And okay, so let's draw. I like this. Oh my gosh, it's turning out pretty good. And so okay, let's put this down here like that, up around and up here. And so we've got kind of this, we've got a knot right in here, a knot, which is her tie. She's got on a tie. It almost looks sort of heart-shaped. It's a different kind of knot. It's really pretty. I'm not sure what you'd call it. It is a tie, but it's kind of different from the traditional male tie. Why are you doing the same thing again? Do you have some cooties? Stop it. Okay. He's got an itch or something. He's got a wild hair, and so he's scratching himself in his sleep. That's what he's doing. He just does that stuff sometimes, and so I have to kind of wake him up a little bit. You know, it's that thing, wake up, come on. The rest of the country has to get woke up. You do too every once in a while, they're a canine dog. And so, okay, so let's get this in here. Oh my gosh, her face is beautiful. I get so excited when something turns out. And even the ones that don't turn out, I like them too. Okay, I have so many videos. It's like I've just created my own search engine on YouTube, basically, is what I've done. I love this picture. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, we're going to take this down here like that. We're going to create a shoulder. I know you guys in your sewer. You got to keep the sewer going all the time. We're going to flush and flush and flush. We're going to flush and flush and flush and flush and flush. I mean, it seems to be a big amount of exceptionally flushing, you know, exceptional flushing, a little bit more than normal, but I don't know why you guys are doing it, but you are. I guess because you can. And so they're just flushing and flushing and flushing. Now I get it sometimes, you know, it's kind of, you know, when it doesn't go down and, you know, things get kind of clogged up for whatever reason. I mean, I've had that happen my own self, you know, it's you take a great big old dump. I know. Okay, so we've got that part done, and so we are working on this little part of her shoulder over here, and then we're going to go over here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I mean, it's just almost like the hand of, I don't know. I mean, okay, so something came up about Service Brewing. You know, so when I was in Savannah, I was able to visit Service Brewing when I was there. And I thought that was a cool place. And so there was a video that came up about Samantha Brown. And so Samantha Brown came up. So she had a video about Savannah, Georgia 7 months ago, I believe. Now, I don't know if it was a new video. Well, it had to be. It had to have been. Because Service Brewing has only been around, at that time it said for 10 years, which this is 2026. Let's see when Service Brewing started. Service Brewing, Service. Unfortunately, though, a lot of the company, Service Brewing, 574 Indian Street, Savannah, Georgia. So Service Brewing closes at 10. It kind of looks like it says Savannah, Georgia veteran-owned brewery. And they said that's one of the things they like to do is serve beer. But it kind of looks like, and I know they had beer in the store, like when I lived in the Savannah area, they had beer in the store and stuff like that, but I'm not there anymore, so I don't know what they have anymore. Okay, it was on 574 Indian Street, our tap room. Proom. I like that name, Proom. Proom. I don't think that's a word. Let's see, what year did they start? Service Brewing. About. Let me look here. He said that all the money he raises, he gives back. Um, hmm. There's no history on there. I would have thought that the history. Oh, they're gonna have a tiny dog meetup in January. That's tomorrow. Oh my goodness. If I still lived there, that would be kind of fun to go to, a tiny dog meetup. I wonder where they're having their tiny dog meetup at. That would have been fun. Okay, let's see what he has to say. We're gonna see what the man has to say. Kevin Ryan. It all began on Valentine's Day when Kevin Ryan's partner, artist Meredith Sutton, asked him what he loved outside of cycling. His answer was simply finely crafted beer. So instead of showing up with his favorite six-pack, she surprised him with a gift of home brewing supplies. Kevin dove in, obsessing over recipes and techniques until his beer started showing up in the glasses of friends and family. A West Point graduate and former Army commander, Kevin also been searching for a new mission. In 2014, he and Meredith co-founded Service Brewing. Oh, 2014. So they've been around for 12 years now. Okay, 12 years. So Service Brewing, with the support of nearly 24 investors, many of them Army, Navy, and Marine Corps veterans, Kevin manages operations, logistics, quality control, and innovation. Meredith, a Savannah College of Art and Design graduate, is a creative vision behind the brewery's design, branding programs, and charitable fundraising, as well as having designed the striking Savannah tap room from Kevin's stories from his time in the military. Thanks to an enthusiastic and thirsty community, Service Brewing has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for organizations supporting veterans and first responders, partners in life and business. Kevin and Meredith remain committed to two things: brewing great beer and giving back to the men and women who serve our country and community. Well, that is great that she was able to get into SCAD to be a teacher or participate in it. I know when I was there, I tried to apply for a job at SCAD and they never even responded to me at all. So I guess we're just doing our stuff on YouTube here because they didn't respond to me. So I had to bail out of caring about that stuff anymore. And so anyway, I've moved since then and I no longer live there anymore. So I've gone on to greener pastures, I guess. And so we are working on Juliette Gordon-Low as an inspiration for let's see here. Okay, we put that there. We've got our little pocket right here. But I was lucky to be able to visit Service Brewing at one time. When I was in Savannah, I was able to visit there. And you know what? I have to share this story about that visit because it was fun. And so we had kind of something that looked like the Village People. It did. It looked like, that's the thing I remember about going to that event. It really did. It reminded me of the Village People. I'm like, what in the hell is this? I mean, it's like, where did I find these people from that actually, it literally looked like we all fit in together. I'm like, what is going on here? There's all these people and there's something going on related to at Service Brewing. And so Service Brewing actually kind of looked like, to me, it looked like an event center. I thought they had valet parking and stuff like that there. So there's people at Service Brewing who was literally They were literally asking for money to park cars and things like that. And I think, did I let them? I think I did let them park my car, because they said, oh, they said that was the only way you could park your car was through valet parking, which I thought was kind of funny. It's like, really? I mean, it's not like Savannah is Hilton Head. It's not. It's just not. You know, so people get this idea that um, that Savannah is for rich people, and it's just not. It smells moldy. It smells um, like an ocean. Sometimes it smells like sewer and wet paper mixed together. You know, so it's just. But anyway, I mean, so a lot of these things are probably going to go by the wayside over the decades and over the centuries. But right now, I am honoring Juliette Gordon-Low in the phonetic alphabet because that's something I thought would be fun to do. I just did. I thought it would be fun to do. And I do it in my own bizarre way because of the times that we are in. And so this is what I'm working on, like this. And we're going to do a little bit more like this. Okay, I need to finish working on her tie. Okay, her tie. I maybe someone can help me with what kind of tie that this is. It's like one of those great big satiny ties. Now I have seen some men wear ties like this at very fancy events, but I don't know, it could just be a silk scarf. Maybe that's what it is a silk scarf. That's kind of what it looks like. I think they're sort of cool ties though. Now me, I haven't been to like a fancy event in a long time. And I think my days of going to fancy events are pretty much over, you know. I mean, there's a lot of us that are just putting us out to pasture. And so, but it's like the places I've been, maybe I'll draw General George Patton at some point too. I think he would be a good one to draw. Or Stormin' Norman. Yeah, Stormin' Norman. I think he would be perfect. I've always wondered though, what in the world not service brewing, the United States military has to do with SCAD though. There's something probably more about that I don't know, that they have going on there that I mean, sometimes it really seems like it's not a real college or something, and some people have said that it's not all it's cracked up to be. So I don't know. I know they said the teachers don't like what's going on related to some of the things that they have to do. They said they're really upset about it. And it's like, well, you guys are the ones that are making $80,000 a year. You know, so if you have a job and you're making money at your job, I mean, well, why are you upset about it? What are you upset about? I mean, for crying out loud, you're making $80,000 a year and you're mad about the things you have to do related to your job. Now lately I've seen a little bit of Tom Sawyer stuff going on though too. You know, not Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn. Oh, Huckleberry Finn would be a fun one to draw too. Huckleberry Finn and whitewashing the fence. So that's the thing, is you get paid, but then you pay someone else to do your job. You pay someone else less money to do your job, and you make it look like it's fun. I've seen some of that literally going on. That's what's going on in the gig economy right now, is some Huckleberry Finn stuff, whitewashing the fence. That's what's going on. But Okay, so let's get... Okay, we'll get a little bit of dimension and contrast going on in here. Is that gonna work? I would have loved to have had one of those government jobs where they make lots and lots of money. That's like, my gosh, they make a lot of money. I mean, is that bad? They always told us that women ask for too little money. I mean, now me, I like to start, okay, I'd like to make $1 million a year, and then we'll negotiate from there. That's kind of what I think. Let's start big. I want to make $1 million a year, and then we'll negotiate down from there. How about that? Is that asking for too much money? They said women ask for too little of money, so I'm just gonna ask for $1 million a year, and then we can negotiate down if that's too much. But you know, I mean, CEOs and things like that. Um, That looks pretty good. The eyes, I probably should stop right there before I mess it up and go too far. Okay, anything else on, yeah, we got to do a little bit more chicken scratch here on the jacket like that. A little bit more chicken scratch. Yeah, a little bit more chicken scratch we got going on in here like that. And hang on, hang on, hang on. Okay, my goodness sakes, that looks really good. Her eyes are a little bit buggied out more than, but that, I think that's okay. They make her look more romantic than what she's looking in my main picture, but I think that's okay. You know that. Let's see what, unless I can darken them up a little. That's still, yeah, I think that's okay. Giving her more of a, she's got that big doughy eye look. That's kind of funny. I actually saw a woman who looked like Juliette Gordon-Low, which was kind of funny. When I got to my next place here that I was, my transient location, I saw a woman who kind of reminded me of. I don't know that she did. I don't know how Juliette Gordon-Low's manners would have been. Not manners, mannerisms. I liked the woman though. I mean, the thing is, it's like now that I think about it, the way she was talking and we were talking about stuff, it's like there's a guy here. I wish that woman would come back and talk to this guy again. I really do. I really do. you because I think the funny part about it is I think that she would drive him nuts. I think that she probably, I wish the woman would come back and talk to him again. And the funny part about it is he pushed the woman off on me. Um, because he said he didn't want to talk to her. And but the thing is, it's like I'm not as aggressive as she was. It's like maybe I need to be more aggressive, and you know, because I told him, I said, well, you know, I don't think I have anything else I need to say right now. And so yeah, we need to get Juliette Gordon Low around the whole United States. Okay, so what do we got going on here with this, our tie here? What about the shirt? Okay, let's just kind of bunk it up a little bit like that. That looks pretty good. I like that. That looks good. I think that looks perfect right there. That looks pretty good, like my picture. And so, well, I think maybe I need to add a little bit more in here like this, like that. There. Okay, so we've got that looking like that. And that's a beautiful picture. And so Juliette and Juliette. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.